This is a broken winner. He's lifting the MVP award reserved only for the best players in the entire league, and just look how embarrassed he is. This is because he just joined an unwanted list of number 1 seeds that have been outed in the first round by an 8 seed in the NBA playoffs. He became a laughingstock of the entire league, an embodiment of European failures failing to deliver on the big stage. This destroyed him. He didn't even want to attend his MVP award ceremony. When the NBA called him, saying that he won, he responded by saying he just wanted to go home and to give it to somebody else. All he wanted to do was get out of America and back to his home in Germany. That summer, he would go on a pursuit to find himself and his purpose. He had to look himself in the mirror and ask if he was ever a good player at all, or if he just got lucky. He took the brunt of all the criticism, the embarrassment, the nicknames of being called a fraud and a failure. In the world of professional sports, achievements and success often take center stage, captivating the attention of fans worldwide. However, there are moments when these accomplishments are overshadowed, where the spotlight is dimmed and a cloud of adversity looms over even the greatest moments of triumph. When this happens, we call them broken winners, where the triumphs of their NBA career can be overshadowed and clouded by adversity and challenges that they must overcome. The year was 2007, and the NBA was abuzz with excitement as Dirk Nowitzki, the German sensation, etched his name into basketball history. His relentless pursuit of perfecting his craft, combined with his team earning the best record in the Western Conference, had earned him the coveted title of MVP, Most Valuable Player. The league recognized his exceptional skill, unparalleled dedication, and immense contributions to the game over the past 8 months, and decided that he was the best player in the whole National Basketball Association. With this momentum, the Mavericks were set to make a deep run into the playoffs, and they were on a revenge tour trying to avenge the loss that they suffered last year in the finals to Miami, on the back of a mesmerizing performance by Dwayne Wade. But lost in the jubilation and optimism of the upcoming postseason, an unforeseen storm was brewing on the horizon. For as beautiful as this redemption story seemed, fate had a different narrative in mind. In the first round of the playoffs, Dallas was set to face the Golden State Warriors, a team that was comprised of misfits such as Baron Davis, Al Harrington, and Steven Jackson. They had somehow defied all expectations throughout the season and had a win out to make the postseason, and now they stood in the way of the Mavericks on their path to championship glory. Led by Baron Davis, the Warriors had become the symbol of hope and resilience, captivating fans with fearless play on the court. During the 2012 season, the Warriors played at Oracle Arena that housed the Warriors fans. It would gain the name Roracle due to the ruckus fans and how loud they would be. They would stay at this arena until they moved to San Francisco a couple of years ago. With this type of fan base, the Dallas Mavericks would surely be affected by the home court advantage, and as we saw it play out during the series, you could see how much this crowd brought it for their home team. This unsuspecting team unleashed a surprise that shook the foundation of the entire league. In a series that seemed like a David versus Goliath battle, the Mavericks found themselves caught in the crossfire. The Warriors would earn their nickname the We Believe Warriors because they were fueled by their underdog spirit. This was fun, but nobody took them serious. Sure, this was a nice team of misfits that fought their way into the playoffs, but no way an 8 seed could beat a number 1 seed, especially one that had the MVP on their team. Besides, there was only 2 other 8 seeds that had beaten the 1 seed in NBA history. No way this team could be the third. However, when the Warriors stepped on the court, they unleashed a relentless assault on the Mavericks' championship aspirations. Although the Mavericks went up 1-0 after the first game, if there's one thing we know about Warriors throughout history, it's that they never quit. Warriors are known throughout history to never give up and to have a relentless drive to win the battle. They've stood as a symbol of courage, defiance, and resilience. And while watching this collapse unfold, there's a story that stuck out to me. The legendary Battle of Thermopylae. In 480 BC, the Persian Empire was vast and unrelenting in its march to take over civilizations near them. Led by King Xerxes, their numbers were overwhelming, seemingly invincible and impossible to defeat. In their path lies a narrow pass named Thermopylae, a place where the land meets the sea, offering the perfect site for an empire to flex its might by taking control of the trading routes. But standing in the way were not kings, not emperors, but a humble force of Greek city-states united by their shared desire to defend their freedom. At the forefront is Sparta, a city-state renowned for its warrior culture. King Leonidas led a contingent of 300 Spartan soldiers joined by a few thousand others from various Greek regions in a fight to defend their homes. It's a tiny force against an empire, a David versus Goliath scenario. The battle unfolds with the Greeks holding the line at the pass. The narrowness of Thermopylae negates the Persians' numerical advantage since only a few thousand can enter at a time. This turned their mass into a liability. For 3 days, the Greeks stand their ground with unwavering determination, inflicting heavy losses upon the Persian forces. King Leonidas and his Spartans epitomized courage, fighting fiercely in the face of overwhelming odds. They embodied the "we believe" spirit. But the story doesn't end with a victory. A local resident named betrays the Greeks, revealing a hidden mountain pass that allows the Persians to flank them. Realizing their impending doom, King Leonidas dismisses most of the troops, determined to hold the pass with only 300 Spartans and a few others. In a final act of defiance, these warriors engage the Persians in a last stand. They fight with the ferocity that contradicted their numbers, knowing that their sacrifice will allow their fellow Greeks to regroup and face the Persians elsewhere. Now, some of you may know this story, and that's because it turned into a movie called 300. This cinematic masterpiece brings to life the historic defiance of those 300 against an overwhelming force. Gerard Butler's portrayal of King Leonidas embodies the spirit of a leader, not willing to lay down and let his forces be defeated. He could have laid down and let the shore be taken because he saw the Persians and he saw what they had done before and what they were planning to do, but he wanted to defy those odds. He wanted to be the 8 seed that toppled the 1 seed. The Battle of Thermopylae is a true story even though it seems fake. It teaches us that warriors can transcend their circumstances. Against all odds, they can etch their name into history and inspire generations to come. And even though the Greek warriors lost, that doesn't mean that today's warriors would lose. The Mavericks were left looking for answers, as the Warriors played with an intensity that was both hypnotic and overwhelming. After dropping the first game, the Warriors would take a commanding 3-1 lead. As the series slipped away from the Mavericks' grasp, it left a trail of shattered dreams in the wake. When watching this, there was a familiar feeling that we had seen this before. A highly regarded and skilled German would be toppled by an American. The We Believe Warriors and Mavericks shared striking parallels to the iconic Rocky IV, notably in their underdog status and themes of international competition. Just as Rocky Balboa faced an imposing Ivan Drago, the Warriors faced the Mavericks. In the case of the Mavericks, they were led by their German superstar, Dirk Nowitzki. They embodied the international underdog tale. Nowitzki, hailing from Germany, carried the hopes of a nation into every NBA arena he walked into. This was the same for Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. He was an international symbol of power and dominance, and he went to face America to show the power that Germany had. This transcontinental battle not only showcased the individual prowess of the athletes, but also tapped into the broader narrative of national pride and unity for each of the countries, as this was the time of the Cold War. What adds further resonance to these parallels is the astonishing triumph of the Warriors. The We Believe Warriors, a roster led by determined players, managed to topple the heavily favored Dallas Mavericks in a series that became emblematic of their resilience. Just as Rocky's victory over Ivan Drago was more than a boxing match, the victory of the We Believe Warriors and Mavericks was a monumental moment in their own right. But unlike the Battle of the Thermopylae, the Dallas Mavericks weren't able to impose their force or overwhelming numbers against the underdog Warriors. As the final buzzer sounded, a heavy silence descended upon the Mavericks and their bench. As the Warriors fans erupted, I'm sure it sounded like white noise to them. The only thing they could think of was to get out of there as quick as possible, as this was embarrassing, only the 3rd team in NBA history to lose to an 8 seed. The air was thick with a sense of disbelief and disappointment in the locker room. The magnitude of the defeat weighed heavily on the hearts of everyone in there, and a collective sigh was echoed throughout the locker room. It was a moment that left you feeling a great sense of sadness, as if you were witnessing the crumbling of a great empire. They were supposed to exorcise those demons from losing in the finals last year. They had the star, they had the team, and they even had the motivation, and it all amounted to them being eliminated in the first round, in quite frankly, an embarrassing fashion. This narrative of redemption and never giving up that almost felt like a movie was over in 6 games, just like that. 8 months of work washed away in just 12 days. But the story didn't end there. A few days later, after the heartbreaking defeat, Dirk Nowitzki found himself facing a press conference that carried unusual circumstances and atmosphere. He wanted to leave the country and go back home. Just as he was about to leave, he got a call, and he said, "Sure enough, I got the call from the NBA. They said you can't leave yet. There's a chance you might win the MVP." Nowitzki responded by saying, "Just give it to somebody else." While it was meant to be a moment of celebration for the MVP, there was an unspoken heaviness in the room. It was uncomfortable for the usually happy and energetic Dirk. He was reduced to a shell of himself. The air was laced with disappointment and frustration as the defeat of the playoffs cast a shadow over this gathering. With unwavering resolve, Dirk Nowitzki stepped up to address the gathered media. His usual bright eyes carried a glimmer of sadness, reflecting on the weight of the loss he had just experienced. Yet, even in a moment of personal sorrow, he remained composed and dignified. It was a short press conference with very few words. Just him at the podium by himself, at the center of blame for having the season end in such a fashion. As the questions poured in, the mood of the room never reached the level you associate with winning such a prestigious award. The reporters searched for answers, seeking answers as to what went wrong in Nowitzki's words. Dirk said, "They knew our strategy, they played small, and they were determined to win." And while those are the politically correct answers, the media wanted a more defiant response, a glimpse into the mind of a fallen star. And Dirk, in his characteristic honesty, shouldered all the responsibility for the defeat, acknowledging the team's shortcomings, but ultimately holding the mirror up to himself, saying he wasn't good enough to win that series. The press conference became a bittersweet occasion, a moment of introspection amidst disappointment. It was a reminder that even in the face of defeat, you can't run away, you have to turn and face the criticism of failing. Dirk's presence and his willingness to confront the harsh reality of the situation became a testament to his character and his leadership. When Mark Cuban stepped up, there was sadness, not the joy you should feel when one of your best players, one of your friends, wins the MVP award. And the line that sticks out to me most is when he said,
"He cares. He's the guy that hurts so much when things don't go the way he wants."
Saying he hurts so much when things don't go his way further emphasizes how much he was hurting from that loss that he suffered. On multiple occasions, he said he didn't want to win the MVP because he was too embarrassed. He let his city down, his team down. All he wanted to do was go somewhere where no one knew him. He told the NBA to give the award to someone else. How could he be honored with such an award after what happened a week or two prior? The unpredictable nature of the NBA is often a testament to the incredible stories that unfold on the court. Take, for instance, that game when the Mavericks walked off the court with their heads hanging was actually the farewell moments of the career of Kevin Willis. In a twist of fate, Kevin Willis, a respected veteran, a guy that watched Larry Bird win the MVP in 1985 and saw Kyle Lowry get drafted, found himself bidding goodbye to the game in the most unexpected manner, in embarrassing fashion, as part of the all-time flop by the Dallas Mavericks. The contrasting image of a seasoned player departing amidst an infamous moment stands in stark contrast to the grand exit orchestrated by one Kobe Bryant. In the year 2016, the basketball world stood still, collectively holding its breath as one of the greatest icons in the game prepared to bid farewell to the sport that he had graced for 2 decades. Kobe Bryant has left an undeniable mark on the NBA and has become a symbol of excellence, passion, and unwavering dedication. As the final chapter of his illustrious career unfolded, the anticipation surrounding Kobe Bryant's last game was electric. The Staples Center was decked out in purple and gold, a sea of colors that paid homage to the man who had transcended the game and become a legend across the whole world. The atmosphere was charged with a unique blend of celebration and melancholy, for everyone knew that this would be the last time they would witness Kobe Bryant in action. With the weight of history on his shoulders, Kobe stepped onto the court for one final time. A warrior posed for his final battle. Every moment, every dribble seemed to exude a sense of purpose and determination. It was as if he had harnessed the collected energy of the crowd, channeling it into every one of his moves. Throughout the game, Kobe displayed flashes of brilliance that had defied his career. The fadeaway jump shots, the acrobatic layups, the unyielding defense, each play was a testament to the countless hours he had spent alone honing his craft in the gym. He was a master at orchestrating his final symphony, leaving the crowd in awe with every note he played. Now, unlike most last games of the regular season in the NBA, this game actually did have some playoff implications. Not for the Lakers, but for their opponents, the Utah Jazz. To get into that year's playoffs, all they had to do was beat the Lakers, who hadn't been that great throughout the season. However, they would have to beat one of the greatest of all time, and he wasn't going to lay down so his opponents could get an easy win. This was a testament to Kobe's mentality, the Mamba mentality, that he would never go easy on his opponent, no matter what the circumstances were. He believed that you had to expect nothing, earn everything, and never take things for granted. As the game clock ticked down, Kobe's points kept going up and up, and bittersweet cheers were echoed throughout the arena. Cheers of joys were mixed with nostalgic sighs, as each basket brought us closer to the end of the Kobe era. The crowd roared with every shot, their hearts filled with both happiness and sorrow, for they knew this would be the last time they would ever witness a player like Kobe Bryant. And then the final buzzer sounded. Kobe would finish the game with 60 points, a truly spectacular performance for anyone at any point in their career, but especially someone with their last career game. Well, with all that celebration, the humbling fact that the game was over hit everyone, and the realization set in that this was truly the end. Kobe Bryant, a man who had become synonymous with greatness, hard work, and dedication to the NBA, had left his final mark on the court. In a fitting fashion, his final point mirrored his first point by hitting a simple free throw. However, amongst the excitement, an undeniable truth was cast over the arena and the court. The game was over, the realization set in, a poignant reminder that all the good things must come to an end. This wasn't just the end of the game or end of the season, it was the end of Kobe Bryant, the basketball player. He had taken his final bow on the court, leaving an undeniable mark that would forever resonate in the hearts of fans. As I sat there, I realized it was reminiscent of the concept found in the UK television series Doctor Who. Doctor Who, a show that spanned decades and dimensions, follows the journey of a doctor, a Time Lord. The Doctor was portrayed by various actors over the years and embodies the unique ability known as regeneration. The reason why the Doctor has to regenerate lies within the narrative of the show. In the Doctor Who universe, the Time Lord possesses the ability as a means of survival and adaptation. However, whenever he's mortally wounded or incapacitated, the process is triggered, renewing the Doctor's life cycle and affording a new lease on existence. This serves as a powerful narrative device, enabling the show's longevity across different actors while staying true to the core essence of the character. Just as Kobe's retirement signaled the end of one era and the beginning of another, the Doctor's regeneration symbolizes change and renewal. The Doctor's parting words are always, "I don't want to go." They are always spoken as the character faces regeneration. Those 5 words encapsulate the emotional complexity of bidding farewell to one's familiar self. These words resonate as an acknowledgement that we should treasure the moments and experiences we've had, even though we need to embrace change and evolution. In reflecting upon the remarkable journey of Kobe Bryant, one cannot help but draw parallels to a pivotal moment in the series, the episode titled "The End of Time," as it encapsulates a sentiment that resonates deeply with Kobe Bryant's retirement from the world of basketball. In this episode, the 10th Doctor, portrayed by David Tennant, is on the cusp of regeneration that signifies the transition into a new chapter in his existence. As he's dying, an alien tells him,
"We will sing to you, Doctor. The universe will sing you to your sleep. This song is ending, but the story never ends."
"We will sing to you, Doctor. The universe will sing you to sleep. The song is ending, but the story never ends." A few minutes later, the Doctor's profound words, "I don't want to go," are uttered as he faces the imminent change.
I don't want to go.
He is being forced out of his past life and put into a new life, and his reluctance to bid farewell is very apparent. Many athletes have reported experiencing a metaphorical form of music that can be interpreted as signs and signals. For some, the music might manifest as warnings that their career might be winding down. Things such as injuries often serve as an indicator that their time as a professional basketball player is running out. And if you know Kobe Bryant, he was dealing with a ton of injuries. Kobe, just like Doctor Who, stand poised at the end of his past life and on the cusp of his new one. I hope he would have found resonance in the Doctor's sentiments, the attachment to a well-defined identity and the reluctance to release it upon entering a new stage of your life. Kobe's announcement of retirement was met as a wave of emotion from fans and admirers worldwide. The court, where he had woven a tapestry of unparalleled skill and dedication, was about to witness the departure of one of the all-time greats. In the same vein, the Doctor's acknowledgement of change highlights the innate human tendency to hold on and cherish moments and experiences. Bryant's iconic career, marked by extraordinary achievements and relentless pursuit of greatness, serves as a testament to his indomitable spirit and unwavering dedication to the craft. Yet, just as Doctor Who's transformation is intrinsic to the fabric of Doctor Who, Kobe Bryant's retirement is the natural progression in the narrative of any sports legend. The arena that bore witness to his trials and tribulations will continue to echo with stories of his legacy. As Doctor Who's companions have seen him evolve, so too will Kobe Bryant's fans. They will witness the evolution of his next role and his next stage of life, from a player who dominates the court to someone who ignites the flame of excellence to the next generation. In the ultimate act of passing this torch, Bryant's legacy becomes a torchbearer for aspiring athletes and people all around the world. The Doctor's words remind us that while change is inevitable, the impact that our journey has will forever touch the lives of the people that we interacted with. As the final buzzer of Kobe Bryant's career echoed throughout the stadium, it signaled not just the end, but a new beginning, a transition that beckoned him to embrace the next chapter of his life with the same fever and dedication that he had for basketball. Kobe's last game was not just a basketball exhibition, it was a testament to his legacy. It was a reminder that dreams can be realized through a relentless pursuit and unyielding belief in oneself. In that moment, the crowd celebrated not just the player, but the man who had inspired millions across the world to chase their own dreams with unwavering passion. As the lights dimmed and the echoes of cheers subsided, a sense of somber reflection filled the air. The world had to say goodbye to a basketball legend. It was a moment to treasure and cherish, for it had been a privilege to witness Kobe Bryant's extraordinary journey. In the aftermath of the last game, a message resonated from an unlikely source, Winnie the Pooh. Don't be sad that it's over, be glad that it happened. The happiness derived from Kobe's awe-inspiring career outweighed the sorrow of his departure. His legacy would forever remain in the hearts of fans, a reminder of hard work, passion, and the pursuit of greatness. And so as the curtains of Kobe Bryant's remarkable career closed, the basketball world stood united with gratitude and reverence for his amazing career. And even though his physical presence may be gone, his spirit and impact endures, inspiring generations to come. However, in true Kobe fashion, he left us with an iconic performance, and I wonder if we will ever see a human being like Kobe Bryant ever again.
Since someone could make me cry, and I wonder if you know what it means to laugh as tears go by.
The stories of Dirk Nowitzki and Kobe Bryant remind us of the profound lessons hidden within the realms of broken winners. These individuals faced setbacks and challenges that dimmed their light of their accomplishments, but they emerged stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Dirk's story teaches us a powerful lessons. Dirk's story teaches us that setbacks do not diminish the value of past achievements. Despite the disappointment of the playoffs, his remarkable regular season performance and MVP title remain significant milestones in his career. He took the brunt of it all when he lost, which is why when he won the championship 4 years later in 2011, beating one of the best teams of all time, it meant that much more. This realization prompts us to reflect on our own journeys, understanding that failures should not overshadow the past successes. They should be used as motivation to keep moving forward. Kobe taught us, in life it is essential to live every day to the fullest, embracing each opportunity that comes our way. We should approach every moment with the mindset of gratitude, never taking things for granted and cherishing the present. Working hard towards leaving a positive impact on the world becomes our mission, knowing that our actions create a lasting legacy. And when change and evolution is necessary, rather than feeling sad, we should choose to feel grateful that things happened, recognizing the profound significance and joy that those experiences have brought us into our lives. In life, we frequently encounter situations where we are faced with challenges and circumstances that may not always be the best. For example, let's say you graduate, but it coincides with one of your loved ones being sick. You have to be able to balance your emotions. The achievement of obtaining a degree, which required a lifetime's work, can be overshadowed by the grieving process within your family. On the same note, imagine a scenario where you get accepted into your dream school, but this accomplishment necessitates leaving behind everything that was familiar to you, your friends, your family, your cherished places of personal significance. The irony lies in the fact that gaining something significant can often coincide with losing something equally significant. Life exhibits a peculiar sense of humor in such contrasting experiences. It is important to remember that even when life's challenges lay us down, there is always an opportunity for redemption. Just as Dirk showed in his career, one can find solace in the knowledge that second chances exist and your past failures don't define your future. Furthermore, taking a cue from Kobe Bryant, we can reflect upon our own accomplishments and look at the profound impact that we've had on others. Life ultimately is an intrinsic mosaic comprised of victories and losses, trials and triumphs. Dirk and Kobe embody the essence of a broken winner, reminding us that the measure of life transcends just accolades. It hinges on the strength demonstrated in the face of adversity. Just as they transform their setbacks into stories of conquest, so can we mold our own narratives into ones from losses into wins. By embracing life's complexities and refusing to be deterred by obstacles, we can paint a richer, more authentic portrait of our own existence. A testament to the spirit of resilience and the pursuit of greatness and the legacies we forge. In the grand tapestry of existence, the stories of broken winners like Dirk and Kobe remind us that challenges are not roadblocks, they are simply stepping stones. The legacy of a broken winner thrives on their ability to triumph over those adversities, to earn wisdom from their setbacks, and to paint life's canvas with hues of strength, resilience, and unyielding determination. Broken winners don't always have to be broken. The second part of the quote is there always be winners.